going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we have Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp's response to Russell Westbrook and a Phoenix Suns fan in the lounge area. You know, that's a VIP area where you pay a pretty penny to sit at during the games, man. And Russell Westbrook, according to them, cut across there to get to the locker room. It's something that was started during the pandemic when there weren't many fans in the arena. They could do that and get to the locker room much quicker during halftime. And I guess in the midst of that, one of the fans called Westbrook Westbrick, and you know that sets him off. I want y'all to hear what Skip and Shannon had to say about it, because I don't think Skip took accountability for this Westbrook thing becoming a phenomenon that it is. And you see Westbrook attack a lot more outside of his name. You know, it started with calling Bosh Spice. You know, that's very personal when you do that with someone. And yeah, I'm gonna let you hear what they had to say, and I'll be back with my commentary. Check it out.
Watch him out. Take it like a man. Watch him out, motherfucker. Watch him out. Straight like that. Watch him out. This guy's the man. Westbrook's talk about it. Be about it. Westbrook. Woo!
Players started cutting through this area to get to the visiting locker room.
Yes.
Now that fans are back, cut it out. Phoenix, do not let players cut through this area, because you're asking for trouble from the visiting locker room. You're creating a situation. You asked for something that you could have prevented. Alcohol is involved.
Yes.
People are upset.
Yes.
They might say something. He might respond back. If he's in earshot of you and you call him Westbrook, he's going to respond.
Westbrook, yes.
Westbrook,
yes, yes.
If you call him that, he's going to respond.
Going to respond. Look, Russ can be hot-headed because he's so proud of who he is, and I honor that and respect that. But you can't allow him to be thrust into a situation where he walks so close to a fan.
Yes.
There are kids sitting there.
Right.
And all of a sudden it escalates, and Russ says, and I'm sure he probably went Westbrick, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but
Right.
that's usually the push button.
Right.
The button you push.
So you already know how Russ is wired. You know if he says that, if you say that and he hears it, he's going to respond.
Totally predictable. Yeah.
He's going to respond. But I tell you what's going to happen. I bet you the NBA closed this down.
So did you guys hear Skip basically saying that calling him Westbrook is the button that sets him off, as if it's something that he has no part in, that he didn't come up with on the show? Like, we don't all remember that. He started calling him that back in OKC, and it is just snowballed out of control, man. And I didn't like that, you know, because he's talking about it as a matter of factly, like he didn't play the biggest part in this Westbrick thing being a thing. Talking about he's proud, he's proud of who he is, and he respects that. And this man has asked you to stop calling him Westbrick, and you still call him that. Don't act, I mean, if you want to stand on calling him Westbrook, that's your personal choice, but don't act like you love that he's proud of himself or proud of who he is, and you can't do the very thing that he think is personal, and it has nothing to do with sports. I mean, you could say he's shooting bricks, but when you call him Westbrick, you're identifying him as the brick itself. You know what I'm saying? Now, people can say that's sensitive, but you know, with his name being Westbrook, that Westbrick thing has really taken off, and I see how that can affect a player's. And Westbrook has made plenty of money, so it's not even as bad as some other players getting called Westbrick. But I could see where that stigma and you know, your name carries that connotation. You don't even, most of the kids I talk to don't even call him Westbrook no more. They call him Westbrick. When I was teaching in the school, that's what they refer to Russell Westbrook as. And he has a whole first part of his career that a lot of people aren't familiar with, where he was very dominant. Got to the finals with KD, you know, all those triple doubles, league MVP. I mean, Russ, what I will say is, in this day and age, man, it's what have you done for me lately? And I ain't saying that it hasn't always been that, but the appreciation for what someone has already done for the game is at an all-time low. Like the moment you start to fall off, you trash. You just trash, and then they see you as that. Nobody speaks about your prime. Russell Westbrook made plenty of great plays last night. One of the best 3 for 19 games I think I've ever seen in a weird way. He made he had bad turnovers and everything, but the block on Devin Booker, that offensive rebound for the Kawhi 3, I mean, some of those blocks on KD, when KD would get a step, when he was dribbling and had the ball out wide on his left side, you would see Russ come poke it out of bounds. Russ' pursuit of the ball on the defensive end was a big reason why the Clippers was able to take game 1 in Phoenix, But back to Skip and Shannon, what I do agree with is the NBA has to stop that. You can't have visiting players in the heat of the game, walking past drunk fans in a lounge area. What? I mean, they're already going to hear a lot going to the tunnel, but in a quiet area where they can turn and see exactly who said what they said about them, I agree that that's a big recipe for disaster, and the league's gonna have a mess on their hands. Russ was right there. It was a kid there. Could you imagine if those two guys locked up and the kid got hurt in that? The backlash from that would have been horrible. So yeah, guys cannot have that. You cannot have guys going through that area. They have to just go through the tunnel the normal way and to get to the locker room, man. No way in the world can you have that, because you'll have families in that area, and we saw that. And Russ challenged the guy. The guy stood up because, there's my kid right there. I mean, he called him Westbrook, which he shouldn't do. You shouldn't do that in front of your kids either, calling people out their name in that way, just for the sake of entertainment. And Russ shouldn't have walked up on him like that. He could have just said, watch your mouth. But you can tell Russ, this is built up, and he's been internalizing these comments about his name over the last few years, and it doesn't feel good, man. It's to the point where if somebody wants to say it in the crowd, now Russ can't control that. That's just a part of being an away opponent. But when you get face to face like that, in a quiet area like that, or you see them out in public, I think calling them Westbrook and all that is a bit much. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.